right. Cool. Let's get started. So, been a hot minute, so we got a lot to review here. We are still playing. I'm gonna bring us back over to the splash screen first, actually. This is Return of the Runelords, Secrets of Roderick Cove. That is book 1. Over the course of the book, you have done a few things so far. So you found your way to the sleepy little town of Roderick's Cove. I'm going to bring us back to where you just were. So, hero of our tale over here, Iridil Sovak. You ended up in Roderick's Cove, and kind of the first night you were there, you were at the marketplace, and tensions were bubbling rather high. A couple of different gangs kind of went off at each other. The Road Keepers being one. There's the Horned Fangs. The Order of Resplendence, you think might have been involved, wasn't actually there. And as they started fighting, a ghost of a drowning man, he later figured out was Roderick himself, appeared in the center of the marketplace, unleashing a frightful moan that scared most people except you and a couple others away, shouting, "No, my cove! No!" At which point, you befriended Adrani. And I'll pull up her art here in a second. So she is a elf living here. She's been working at the local cemetery as kind of its caretaker. And she kind of recruited you to try to figure out, why would Roderick's ghost be doing this? This whole town is, up in arms and stinking of violence. And so you decided to start going around and trying to figure out, how are you going to deal with this? I believe in your adventures from last time, you investigated a few different areas. You had a interaction at the mansion of the Order of Resplendence. This seemingly a little culty but group of scholars that invited you in to talk. You talked to one of their leaders, Corstello Rostrada. And I believe you recognize that she was wielding weaponry associated with ancient Thassalon and the Runelords.
Yeah, very powerful weapon.
Yes, a extremely powerful weapon. In fact, you learned that it was one of the, swords that all of the Runelords forged one. While they didn't wield them, the Runelords kind of famously each had a pole arm that they each had. They would kind of give these swords to their strongest lieutenants. So that was, rather concerning. Although they did offer you, if you wanted to come back, they were happy to have you join in pursuit of knowledge. I'm going to pop up, just trying to get some of their art to refresh our memories here. So this is the ghost that you saw of Sir Roderick. And you were able to actually speak to an eyewitness.
Fromperton,
yeah. So, Fromperton, he is basically like the, son of the town drunk. And one of the local store owners, I don't actually know if I showed you her art, but it's Ladia, this lady. She owned the, smoked meat shop you were in.
Yep.
And she's basically look, you can talk to him, just, try to be nice about it. Everyone loves the boy in town. He's just in, a shitty situation. You were able to win him over pretty sizably, though. And he, revealed some more stuff. This is actually before you went to go investigate the manor.
Yeah.
And he described how he saw what might have been ghosts and extremely scary things appear during an interaction between the Horned Fangs and members of the Order of Resplendence, the Order of Scholars. The Horned Fangs were accused by a woman who you're pretty sure is the one you talked to, saying that you are properating a Runelords rune or something like that, he said. She seemed super mad by it. She drew a rapier, which is the one you saw on her. It was pretty much sheathed when you saw it, so you couldn't tell, but when she drew it, there was no hilt. Or no blade. There's only a fancy basket hilt. She jabbed, and Frumperton was like, it must have been a blade because her throat got cut. You know, like whoever she stabbed died. And then he said, quote, "Things came out of the fog. Ghosts, monsters, worse. They started swirling through the air, and one after another, the Horned Fangs just dropped dead. When I saw the ghost turn my way, I thought, you know, maybe it looked a little bit too much like my old man, and I ran off running." To which he's like, "Don't tell my old man I said that." You were basically able to determine that this was like effectively like a weird spell, which is like extremely powerful magic, which fits that, you know, Blade would have that. But basically, like, you know, strong enough fear illusions that it kills groups of people. So you gathered some of that intel, you know, reconvened about what you learned. And the next place you were investigating as to, like, why Roderick wouldn't be leaving is a site called Roderick's Wreck. So that's where we are now. I'll open the map of the town really quick so we can see that for reference here. Give me 1 second. Where's Roderick's? There's the base map. Okay. So this is our base map. You kind of been all over town at this point. But this was the manor up here. In the top right, this like massive compound with peacocks outside. And Roderick's Wreck is a little bit past this map, up past this curve in the river at the very northern tip. Down at the bottom, you got the docks, and then, you know, been all around town center in the middle, you know, graveyard, various shops. There is another temple to, I believe, Desna down here. Once you arrived at Roderick's Wreck, you haven't done a huge amount yet. Bring us back over there really quick. You were basically able to see that there were sturges waiting to suck your blood. These like bug monsters under the front porch. So you kind of went around them, avoided them. You found a small locket outside of Roderick's Wreck that I believe you now have in your possession. Yes. So you can see that the locket contained a picture of a young woman, although you were not quite sure who exactly it is. You then snuck around the outside. A lot of the windows are kind of boarded up, though. You are now over here on the edge. This staircase kind of leads down into the water, presumably at one point led to like a river dock that he could pull up and just go inside his house. And I think the final thing we did is you spotted that there were some reef claws under the water over here. Whoops. And I can pop up their art for that as well. These boys.
Yeah, those look fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, they for sure are terrifying. Any questions about any of that? That was a lot of details. It's been a hot second.
No, I just know that I need to investigate this house and avoid these monsters that are waiting to ambush me everywhere.
It's fair. I mean, you think that, like, there is a chance you could either climb up to the next floor of the house using this, like, staircase as a scaffold. Otherwise, the main entrance appears to be... So I'm just refreshing some of these scripts so that our health bubbles should show up here in a second. Pretty much the front door is the only way in, unless you come in through the staircase to this doorway up top right here. Potentially you could also maybe climb up to the second floor and like bust in through a window. There is also you saw a balcony around the front, basically like over top of the porch where the sturges are hiding.
Yeah. Let me see what I have.
There we go. So got our
I
health
do have
levels up.
some rope. So
You got some rope?
maybe yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you could try to if you want to try to make a check here and try to like toss that up, try to catch it on something with a loop.
Yeah. What skill check would it be?
Let's see. What are we gonna call that? I'd say that would either be a sleight of hand check, or you could make just a straight like ranged attack roll. I would say as well, as you're trying to like basically lasso it around like a specific, one of the beams that's kind of snapped off up there. Range attack 10. It's a little noisy as you hear some of the wood like creaking, but it does tighten around it. So you are able to climb that. I think this is effectively a rope to climb, so basically just DC 5 climbing check and you're good. Yeah, you're fine. So I'm going to bring you up here. I'll say go ahead and give me a perception check as you're listening at the door up here. See if you can hear anything. 27. Hell yeah. Okay. So, coming in through that room there. Okay. It's hard to tell what exactly is causing this. You hear a brief, like, at first you think it's just the river kind of like gurgling by below you, but it sounds like a rather large amount of water is sloshing around inside as well.
Is there like a window or something that I can maybe take a peek through?
There's a door. I'd say the door is, I mean, this is fucking falling apart. I'd say if you want to like try to peek through the bottom of the door, for sure possible.
Yeah, I wish I would have bought that hand mirror, damn it.
I'll say I'll bring the light block up a little bit, and we'll keep this as part of the perception check. So this room here appears to be a like small, just kind of like back landing area. It looks like there used to be coat hooks for like people who would come in from the river through the stairs. You do see a staircase in here, presumably going up to the second floor. There is a closet up here in the top left. I'd say as you're looking through and listening, you narrowed. That seems to be where the weird water sound is coming from. It's a little hard from the angle, just mechanically, on roll 20. But you probably see that there, the room doesn't go much more in this direction. But from your angle, you don't see any more doors. Although presumably there must be one somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to open the door like slowly. Try to get inside this room.
All right. So give me a stealth check as you're entering here. And we'll see what we're working with. Okay. Go ahead. You can move your token in there, and you'll be able to see the rest of the room. Okay, there we go. Lighting's weird in this one. So yeah, corner of the wall right here. Another door seems to lead into a different room down here. Staircase going up. The window is closed, but now that you're inside, you could unshutter it if you wanted to. And then there's the closet.
Yeah, I'll kind of, to give me more light, I guess, in the room, I'll go to the shuttered window and open those back up.
All right. Let me remove that lighting block. Okay. So from now you can kind of see out into the backyard from here.
And then there's something in this closet next to me. I'm gonna pull out my curve blade
Okay.
Kind of prepare myself for whatever it is. And I will.
Are you opening the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna open it and try to like jump back really quickly if I need to.
Okay. So, this door that opens to the space beneath the stairs, it looks like at one point it might have been boarded up. That board is snapped, and you are able to pull it open. The doorknob essentially is like, the wood is rotted enough, the doorknob just fell off. So you just kind of grab the hole and pull it open. As you do, you have your mind like kind of transported here for a second. All of a sudden, you are seeing yourself on a small sailing vessel out in the Varisian Gulf. Looks like you are seeing it almost from a like top-down perspective in the like on the main deck where the wheel is.
Yeah.
You see Roderick, or at least a younger version of Roderick, is steering the ship. Next to him are looks like two of his kids, maybe some like younger kids. And you see that like as they're going through, he's like, it's all right, girls, hold on. And they're just going through as like massive waves are slamming into the ship. The ship is just, pitching and rolling, going up on these like giant swells before plunging down into the trenches between waves. Go ahead and give me, as you kind of are seeing this, you begin to overlay the real world. Seems almost fake, but it's there. You see a sphere of water begin to coalesce in the room. Go ahead and give me a reflex save. Okay. The water kind of just... The sphere surface tension breaks, and just a wave of very clearly salt water, like from... Like, the almost feels like the waves you were just on slams into you. You are not taking... This is going to be non-lethal damage.
Right.
You're going to take 4 non-lethal damage. And after a second, the, brief moment where the waves are kind of like covering you up, kind of spit, choke on the water, and then the water begins to seep through the floorboards, and you're good to go.
Kind of shake myself out now. I investigate, I guess, the rest of the closet now that it's over.
Yeah, I would say, so first of all, yeah, so in the closet, you do find most of it's rotted away, but there's weirdly a pair of slippers that are perfectly intact and not even really wet. Go ahead and give me a spellcraft check to identify them, and then make a knowledge religion check on this whole experience. This is a very low level item, so that'll actually do it. These are feather step slippers. So once per day for 10 minutes, basically if you're wearing them, you get to ignore difficult terrain as if you were subject to feather step spell. God, that was hard to say. Including the ability to take 5-foot steps, even if you're in difficult terrain. So these are feather step slippers. All right, and then with a 14 on religion, I think you would know enough in your journeys. This was a haunt, so not necessarily like an actual ghost, but a haunt. It's like an imprint of past events or like the experiences of people who've passed away.
Yeah.
Apart from that, seems to be all that is in the closet and this room in general. So we got stairs going up and then a door leading to the east.
Okay, I'm gonna try to check this door.
Okay, go ahead and give me another perception check. 31. Okay. Pretty sure that is gonna do it. Okay. Next door, so quiet, but you focus in, kind of blocking out the sound of the river, and you hear an uncomfortable sound. The sound of lots of tiny creatures moving around on a lot of legs. Sounds like there are many bugs of some sort, or even arachnids.
Fucking spiders. I hate spiders. Gonna try to step quietly away as I kind of shudder and make a note not to go near there. And I'm gonna try to just go up the stairs again, being very cautious, trying to be stealthy.
All right. Go ahead and give me a stealth check, and then I'll move you over to the next part of the map.
Yeah, stealth.
All right, 20. All right, 17. That is not bad. All right. I'm gonna drag you over here. All right, so you come out at the top of the stairs. This is the second floor now. Give me one moment. So you're in the upper hallway. You can see there is yet another set of stairs leading down to the first floor. And there are a variety of doors. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even more that you can't see from this angle.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my head on a swivel and make my way to the middle over here. And I guess I'm gonna start opening the doors closest to me. So I'm gonna start the.
All right, starting that top one. Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check. He's listening over there. Oof, that's not amazing. Okay. You don't hear anything in there.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to open the door then.
Alright, give me 1 second, and I will remove that for you.
If I could take a 10, I would have a 22 on perception.
Things might move around in the building, but would you want to take a 10?
Nah.
Okay. In that case, let me just move this door out of your way. Alright. So, first things first. This appears to be the master bedroom. A moldering mattress lies amid a bowed wooden frame, flanked on either side by ruined tables. A dresser in the northwest corner of the room has seen most of its drawers pulled out and discarded on the floor. Remnants of moldy and animal-gnawed clothes spill from them. A hole has been hacked into the floor near a long, slender wooden case that is open and tipped over onto the boards next to it. As you see all this, go ahead and give me a perception check as you look around the room, including at those objects.
Okay, on that I would like to take a 10.
Okay.
So
You take a
20.
10. So most of the clothing is just completely fucking shredded and ruined. Not a lot of interesting things to find there. You do look at the box, however, and it is very clearly, considering you've already seen the blade, this is where that Sword of Pride was being stored. So if that woman has it, she would have had to have like either gotten it from someone else who ripped it out of the floor, or ripped this hidden box out of the floor herself, judging by the imprint in this like old, worn out velvet. As you look at it, you take a closer look. You see that the box itself is of like masterwork quality, which is how it's survived so long. And in addition, on the inside edge, it has been coated in small sheets of lead to like hide it from magic. Etched into that in a small plaque is the word Baraket.
Baraket.
There you go.
Would I know that name from anywhere?
I'd say you could do a knowledge history check on it.
Okay. Untrained. 0 ranks. Rip. Okay, so it's level 1.
What was that? Sorry, say it again.
Oh, I don't have ranks in knowledge history.
Oh, okay. I would say you're not quite sure, but you have that name now. Do you have if you have a praise, you get a praise thing. It looks like this case is like probably worth a fair amount, considering it was designed to hold and like secure magic items. Oh yeah, you think if you sold this case, you found there's like a spare key inside, the case would probably fetch about like 350 gold. And that's like a treasure item, so not even selling for half. Like that's full.
That's great.
As you go over there, kind of crouch down looking at it, you see a figure slowly start to fade into view. You see hovering over the hole is the ghost you've already seen before. It's Sir Roderick. As he appears, I would say pretty immediately. Last time you saw him, he was like roaring in anger and had to make a will save. As he's manifesting this time, he looks more like confused and upset, not necessarily angry. You see that he looks like drenched and bloated, like as if he died deep in the water. And in this weird, like, mockery of gravity, the water is like dripping up towards the ceiling off of his body. He looks down at you as you crouched looking at the box here, and in this hollow voice, it's like, the cove, the stone house in the wood, the gauntlet, save them, my map, the key. What do you do?
I try to talk to him. Where is the map?
He looks around, clearly looking around the house, confused, as if he's not sure, but he is looking at the house itself. My map. They took my map. It holds the key to the vault. Baraket. Baraket, Baraket will control them. It will control you. I should have taken the gauntlets, but I ran. I was a coward. You must be brave. Endure where I did not. The vault, it lies still in the vault. You must save my cove. Save it. Please.
I will do my best.
His eyes seem to kind of like focus on you completely for the first time, like really seeing you. And like with a slow nod, his specter begins to fade away, leaving only splattered drops of water on the ceiling to indicate that he was here at all.
I gotta figure out what I think of that. Okay, so he died somewhere else. His spirit still lingers here. Gauntlet, map, cove, stonehouse.
Yeah. He also, the first time he kind of stuttered over, like, the gauntlet. The second time he said, like, I should have taken the gauntlets. Like, as if they were, like, actual, you know, metal gloves, like, items.
Yeah, like a pair.
Yeah.
I don't know what he could be referring to. Since I'm not from here, I don't really know what I'm about the stone house in the wood. Or maybe I would have overheard about a stone house in the wood from my docking investigations.
I'm trying to remember your rolls from last time. I think it's not super likely. I would say, do you have knowledge local?
I don't have a skill point. The only skill point I was able to put into is knowledge religion.
Oh, okay. I'd say we'll make a retroactive diplomacy check. See if you if that was one of the things you overheard going around town. Because I don't think anyone explicitly told you that. I would say on a 13, you're not quite sure. You don't remember anyone in the nearby inn or tavern or anything like that mentioning.
Yeah, it's kind of like an obscure thing.
Yeah, like a stone house. Like a lot of the houses in the town are like brickwork, but that doesn't seem to be what he means. And you do know that the woods nearby are like pretty sizable. I believe you also did know that at least some of the gangs are operating out of the woods.
Yeah. I wrote that down in my notes, actually.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Well, I'll check this room. There might still be some more clues here, so I want to go to the next door, I guess.
Okay. Go to the next one. Are you opening? Are we listening? What are we doing?
We're going to listen first and then open.
Okay. Going to me another perception check. You definitely hear movement in there. Sounds like things scraping across the wooden floor and weird clacking sounds. Sounds like hollow hard objects bumping into each other.
Is there a door next to this one too? Or?
That's the last one on the left side. There is 2 more on to the south, 2 more to the east, and then 1 in that top right corner there to the north. So 2 more on this side, 2 more over here, 1 more up here.
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to stealth on over to this one.
All right, go ahead and give me a listen on that one as well. That time you hear nothing. Just all you hear is the sounds of the river below you. Hear a bit of probably a bit of a breeze. Sounds like there might be a draft coming in through there, but that's about it.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and still be kind of cautious and open the door quietly as I can.
All right. Give me a stealth check here. I'm gonna remove that block. Okay. Okay. So as you edge into that room there, this one appears to be an old lounge. The leather of the room's 2 large chairs seems mostly intact, but stuffing covers the ground beneath them and has been strewn all over the floor. Broken glass glitters between the stuffing, and a low table lies on its side. The drawers from a small cabinet on the ground lay beside them. A draft from a broken window stirs the moldy drapes, and a crooked painting of a sailing ship at sea bears a lengthy rip through the canvas.
Okay, and does this painting, from the best I can tell, does it look like the ship that I had a vision of?
It does, yeah. It looks to be the same ship.
Okay. Um, is the room look wet or damp?
It's like a little damp just from like, you know, the window's broken, it's open to the elements, but it's not like it's not soaking, and you also don't smell any like salt water like before.
Okay. So, um, there's pieces of wood strewn about, right?
Yes, there are for sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to find like the sturdiest piece of wood, and I'm gonna take some of the stuffing from the furniture. I would like to makeshift like a torch.
Yeah, I'd say that'll work. I'd say it'll probably take you a few minutes, but you'd be able to secure that and like light a quick torch.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
All right.
Um,
I'm
not gonna light the torch just yet.
Okay.
But I'd like to keep it on my person.
Yeah, I'd say add a torch to your inventory. If you want to go farther in, actually, sorry, it didn't. It came with the windows blocked, but I'm gonna move the block from the broken one. So if you go farther in, you'll be able to see the river outside, basically.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look.
Or I guess I don't know. This map is not lined up amazingly. Because like this is like over the river, but really it's the second floor. So that it would actually lead out to the shore, so you can see the shoreline outside.
Okay.
As you get a bit farther in, you see that on like the one intact window ledge, almost like it's a table, you see that there is a crystal decanter just kind of like stoppered on the windowsill. It looks like it has some sort of like, hard to tell, it's not labeled or anything, it's some sort of dark liquor in there, like a whiskey or a rum.
Okay, no, that's excellent. I'm gonna smell it. Can I get, I guess, like an appraise check, really, to see if it's like strong stuff?
Yeah, I'd say give me an appraise check to like investigate the qualities of it. I think you would think that it's pretty, from the smell of it, now that you open it up, it's kind of like pretty potent spiced rum, so pretty high alcohol content.
That's my favorite. Okay, I will stow that in my pack as well.
All right, you tuck that away. Seems to be all that's in here.
Okay.
I will say you would also think like if you drink it, like the decanter itself is crystal, so probably still worth something too.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll move to the next room, I guess.
Okay, over here.
Yep.
Go ahead and make your checks, make your perception checks here. Ooh, that's a good roll. Okay. You hear like a very quiet weeping coming from in there. It sounds like a woman is like kind of in that phase of crying that people get into like at the end of a cry, where it's just like maybe a little bit of hiccups, a little bit of like quiet sobs, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Best to leave the woman to it. I'm gonna go to the next door. Because I doubt it's a person, given my experiences so far in this house.
Doubt it's a person. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Okay, going to the one over here.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me... Actually, I mean, they're so right next to each other. I'm going to have that be the same perception check on that 27. Just because it's fucking right there. In that room, you don't hear a lot coming from it, but there is a brief moment where you hear Roderick's voice again. You hear him say, like, the map's missing.
I'm gonna try to open the door. Maybe it's his ghost again and I can get some more words from him.
Opening that door, sorry? Did they answer something?
Yeah.
Alright, let me remove that block for you. Okay. So heading into that room on the right, this looks to be like a map-making room. There's like off-color rectangles on the walls that show where there probably used to be frames that have been taken. There's a selection of like pens, brushes, as well as a silver-capped ink jar all over this like rather nice mahogany desk. Like it's clearly seen better days, but was nice enough that it's weathered abandonment decently well.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a perception check as you're looking through this room.
Okay, let's high roll maybe. We'll try.
Alright, 18. Okay. You do a pretty thorough sweep of here, considering you're looking for a map. On an 18, you don't find any maps or paperwork, but it does occur to you that, like, you also don't find any evidence of, like, paper that's been eaten by bugs or, like, destroyed by weather. If there were papers in here, they must have been moved somewhere else, not just left to rot.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go outside, go to this door up here.
Okay, next perception check on the second eastern one. This appears to be the same thing you heard from the one directly across from you. That, like, weird, like, something moving around and, like, hollow, hard objects, like, clacking against each other.
Then go to this one. Can we do another perception check?
Yeah, give me one more. Sweet. That time you don't, I mean, you hear the sounds of the river, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna try to open this door then.
The top one or right one?
Oh, there's two of them. I guess
There's this door, then the one that you investigated right below it.
No, it'll be the door that I didn't hear anything from.
Okay, gotcha. Alright. So, okay. The remnants of a wicker cradle slump against the wall between two cracked windows. A small wicker table in a similar condition sits in the corner of the room. Give me a perception check now that you're in here. Okay. As you are looking around at some of, like, the old kids' toys in here, you see something that looks like a rather large rabbit doll or something wearing a rabbit costume move and look at you. And we are going to roll for initiative. I'm going to pop it out here 1 second. Come on. Alright. Ooh, I think you have it beat here. Let me just double check its bonus. You sure fucking do. Okay. Not by a lot, but I got a 16. If you would like, you could make a religion check on it before you decide what to do.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. This is what is known as an attic whisperer. An attic whisperer is a type of undead that spawns as the result of a lonely or even neglected child's death. Rather than, like, animating from a body, they instead rise from, like, an amalgam of different, like, toys and clothing and other things scattered across the rooms. Like, here's, like, a representation of one.
Almost looks like a Cubone Pokemon.
Kind of does, yeah. So this one's, like, presumably, like, you know, toys and, like, a rat skull that was in there, like, things like that. In terms of their abilities, you didn't beat it by a huge amount, but you know that they try to find, like, playmates, but to, like, a dangerous degree. When they start to cry, if you're too close, it can affect you. If they can, they will try to steal your breath away, which can take some of the energy out of you, and it will let them use your voice. Apart from that, you know, a lot of regular undead immunities. Yes. So, you are first. However, you are within its aura of sobs, you hear, like, the crying of a child. Go ahead and give me a will save. Okay. Not hugely devastating yet, but basically it's like the reverse of a low-level bard. You're taking a -1 on attack rolls and damage rolls and will saves instead of getting +1.
Okay.
Alright, what you doing?
I guess defeat it. Make one attack and damage, right?
-1 to attack and damage, yeah.
I'm gonna try to use my curve blade on it because I don't know if it's resistant to stabs or not. Well, it's just bad rolls.
Yeah, that will miss. As it basically, you kind of go to, like, slice it with the elven curve blade, and it just kind of whiffs through this, like, weird amalgam of, like, costumes and dust and toys. It doesn't quite, like, land.
Yeah. So I'm gonna 5-foot step back out of the room.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to channel the spirit of the dragon.
All right. Energy begins kind of flowing out of your body. And what does this one do? Let me see.
I get endurance.
Nice. Hell yeah. Alright, you bolster your body and spirit here. That is going to be its turn. It's going to sneak forward a little bit. So it is going to try and make first a touch attack to try to steal your voice. That was a fucking bad roll, though. I don't believe a 10 hits your touch AC, I assume.
No, my touch is 13.
Ooh. You see it, like, creepily while it's sobbing, just, like, reach for you, and you just, like, quickly step out of the way. Like, no, fuck that. Not letting it touch me. And for now, that is all it's gonna do. It can't do both its attacks at once. So it is back to Sovak.
Okay. I'm gonna say I'm gonna start berserking.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take a -2 to my AC and get 3 temp HP.
Hell yeah. Spirit of the Dragon going through you, being to go into a berserk mode as you get ready to take out this creepy fucking undead thing living in a kid's bedroom.
And then I'm gonna try to do a brutal strike against it. Basically, it just means if I hit it, it gets battered. And battered to special spheres condition.
Okay.
Depends on me actually hitting it.
We'll see if you hit it, and then I can let you know about battered.
Yeah.
For those, if anyone's watching this later, we're doing some cool spheres stuff. Oh yeah, 17 will just do it. That'll hit. So 14. That does not seem to be reduced for this creature. And then what is the battered condition going to give it? As you kind of just slice through the mass of this thing.
-2 to creature's CMD and prevents them from taking attacks of opportunity.
Okay, okay. So I'm gonna -2 CMD.
Provoked by only attacks of opportunity provoked by a creature performing a combat maneuver.
Gotcha. Okay. You can see like the weird like rat skull that it is using as its head is like cracked now as it staggers back from the force of that, and as the head kind of rocks back, it like slowly tilts back to look at you. Are you moving anywhere else or tossing it over to this thing?
I'm gonna again like kind of 5-foot step out. Keep my distance. I guess I can move more since it's just a standard action to attack.
Yeah, I was gonna say you still have your rest of your movement.
So I guess I'm gonna try to.
It will try to probably op attack you if you do full move though.
Yeah, so I'll just move there. It's fine.
Okay. Then it won't get that extra swing. It is going to start following you out of the room. Still sobbing. Okay. It instead is going to give up on trying to steal your voice here. It is going to try and bite you. That is a 19.
I get 19. Check. Because with the rage going on, or berserking going on, yeah. 15.
So, okay, if that hits,
Yep.
God damn it. It does, because there's a negative penalty to its damage, it does one more non-lethal.
Okay.
Just racking up the non-lethals today. It does, however, as it bites into you, you feel like, almost like you got punched in the solar plexus, the air kind of whoosh out of your lungs. Go ahead and give me a will save. That'll pass. You see, like, it goes to try to, like, not exactly breathe. It doesn't have lungs, but tries to, like, pull that breath out of you into itself. But you manage to fight that effect off, and does not gain the advantages there. Largely an effective turn for it so far. 2 turns. So back to you.
I'm going to try to smash it again. I'm going to. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna try to smash it to pieces with another attack.
Hell yeah. Succeed. 16 will be just short. And we'll see if you have any more bonuses to that.
I don't think I can. Okay. Bonuses. No, it's that neg. With that neg 1 penalty, it's really coming in clutch apparently.
Yeah, it's literally 17. So you go for that swing and just like There's just the briefest moment of hesitation because it's still sobbing like a sad, 3-year-old. And there's like that moment of hesitation, like, oh, I don't want to hit whatever's making that noise. And it takes that hesitation manages to duck out of the way. Alright, if you're not moving, it is gonna try and bite you again.
No, I don't think acrobatics is enough, but I'm gonna slowly, I guess, kite this way.
Okay. So 5-foot stepping or acrobatics gonna go farther?
5-foot step.
Okay. In that case, it's gonna have to follow you out a bit more. This time it is gonna deal 2 reduced to 1 damage. This time it's 1 real damage. Which I don't think even eats through your new temp that you just got.
Yeah, no, 2 temp.
However, it will try to steal your breath again. Making the save does not make you immune. So this will be another will save.
Okay.
God damn. You are wise to its tricks. It's just like, it goes for that bite, and you just like shut your mouth and inhale to avoid this effect. Alright. That's all it's got.
Okay. It's just...
Oof. Doesn't confirm the crit, but that does hit for 12. This thing is looking past bloodied here as you again, like, slash through a bunch of, like, children's playing blocks tumble out of its shirt that were making up some of its mass.
And then I'm gonna kite to this door.
Alright. You back up toward the next door across the hall. It's gonna keep coming. This time it is going to, it's the same verse, second verse, same as the first. That time it will deal 3 damage though on the bite.
So it takes away all the temp HP I have for the round.
Alright, so temp HP goes. Give me one more will save. Oof. Not to be outdone. Rolling hot on the will saves too, even with the +5.
Yeah.
Alright, that is going to be your turn. This
Okay.
thing is really kind of a one-trick pony. And the steel voice thing is... It's a lot better on casters, basically, because it, like, fucks with their casting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I am a caster.
I guess that's true. But... It's more likely that the bite will work than that.
Okay.
But it might go in for another touch. We'll see how it feels.
Okay. Like ground, I guess, and then... Oh, missed.
Um, 13. Yep, that does not hit. Alright. It's kind of got you up against a wall here. Are you going to try, like, acrobatics away, or just remain?
So I was gonna try to acrobatics, like, onto this side.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll acrobatics. Alright. Gotta see. And its CMD was... Because its CMD was lowered by battered, that will work.
Okay.
As you kind of just, like, wrap around the outside as it, like, tries to start, tries to stop you where you go, but it cannot do it.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry, just answering some stuff about the old toddler. Alright, you wrap around the other side. It is going to roll around. It is going to try and steal your voice again here. So this is against touch AC. Ooh, it's rolling so bad on the touch ones. Would you say it was 13?
Yeah.
Alright, that's an 11, so that's not going to do it. Back to you.
Okay. Since I've been ignoring like entirely one of my classes, I'm gonna activate my tattoos.
Okay. Tattoos begin to glow that, like, deep purple.
So I get a +2 to basically a physical stat.
Okay.
I'm gonna choose strength because I feel like I need more hit.
It's good. That'll cancel out the -1.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take that modification off so it balances out. 0, 0. Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then-
basically we'll balance it out, so that's fine. Oh my god.
Not that it matters.
Just a couple of bros swinging and missing up here. Alright. Moving anywhere, or are you gonna let it take a swing here? This monster is definitely confused as fuck, because it keeps missing the touches, but then the bites aren't doing anything.
This is dragon scales, baby. No, I'm gonna
real.
stay on the ground.
Alright, let's see. Let's see if we can pull something off this time. We'll keep it mixed up. We'll go for the touch again. Okay, that time it'll fucking do it. Yeah, 18 against touch AC. So it kind of just reaches out and like lightly touches 2 skeletal fingers to your throat. This is also going to be a will save. Let's see if you keep smashing them. This creature, like, it's not speaking, it's just only sobbing. You see its skull, like, tilt to the side like a confused dog. It's just like, what the fuck? Back to you. That's all it's got.
Okay. Didn't really want to waste a skill point or spell points, but I might have to do that. I'm gonna give it one more attack, and if this doesn't work, I'm gonna try something else.
Okay. Oh, so fucking close. Alright, that's not gonna do it.
Okay. So I am going to call off the spirit of the dragon just to reactivate it.
Alright, fair enough. Reactivating.
Because I can only activate the other things when I activate the spirit initially, and I'm going to transform
Ooh.
into, it says a bear, but it's gonna be a dragon.
I wonder if I have like a mini dragon token. I mean, I'm sure I have a million fucking dragon tokens. I've been doing this forever, but I'll find one that looks cool in a second.
Yeah.
All right, so shift, kind of like get low on all forms in this like new draconic form.
Let me 5-foot step away before I do that, so I don't provoke.
It's fair. What color do you think it looks like?
Like a purplish green.
Purplish green.
Like
I probably
that.
got something like that.
I'll get character like dragon art for my character eventually.
That's fair. We'll do a regular like small dragon for now. I'm gonna do this dude. Close to purple as I'm finding right now, but I also have like a million tokens of dragons, so who the fuck knows? All right, you shift into your new form. Whoops. All right. Come on, dragon. All right. Well, it just does not want to go, not to you. All right. The Whisperer is gonna come over to your dragon form, which is still in the square, and is gonna attempt. I think it's gonna go in for the bite, actually. That is gonna be, yeah, 21. That'll hit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 4 damage this time.
Okay, so I'll take 1.
Take 1 damage, manage to sing it, and then 1 more will save as it's like skull, skeleton teeth sink into you here. Oh my god, I'm pretty sure that is exactly it. Let me double check. Ooh, that is not it. It's a 16. So you are currently fatigued as the strength leaves your body.
Well, that's gross, because I'm raging.
Indeed.
How's that work with its endurance?
That's a good question. Let me see about the interaction. Let's see. It's a strange rule interaction, so I would say give me a Constitution check. Honestly, I feel like you have endurance. Like you might be able to just push past this.
Yeah. Well, let me adjust my rage.
We'll make that. Yeah, I'll make that ruling. We'll do a con one. See if you can push past. Just a straight Constitution roll. Yeah, you manage to, like, there's a moment where you get tired as you feel the air like whoosh out of your body, and then you're like, no, I've pushed through this before. I can do it again. You shake that effect off. All right.
Okay.
That's gonna be its turn though.
And I get 2 on the will save as well, so I don't even think it would have affected me. I'm just now like putting in the rage buffs.
No, you're good.
Four plus con mod. Okay, so now I'm gonna come.
The power of the dragon. God, I feel like, I need to crack my back and I can't do it. It's killing me.
Height for medium is 1d6.
What is 1d6?
The bite.
That makes sense. I could believe that. I feel like most medium bites are usually 1d6. Because you go up to like 1d8 on the large creatures, typically.
Yeah, well, it just has like the claw damage listed, so it's really weird.
Oh, okay.
Like on this text for this, at least.
I mean, I'd say you could probably just have it be a bite, but equivalent with the claw.
Okay, so we're gonna go with this.
Okay, so we got bite club. Okay, so all 3 hit. That might be enough to finish it. As you lunge, kind of like pinning it down in draconic form. That is 12, 22, even 30. With all 3 of those attacks combined, savaging this thing, and it collapses into a pile of like dust, clothes, that rabbit costume, and a couple of loose toys.
Okay. Now I'm gonna roll 1d100. Below 50, I roar out in triumph.
Below 50 or what?
I'm roaring out in triumph.
Okay. Well, you do get XP here, and you are, no one else to divide it with, so you're gonna get a lot of XP. You are gonna get 1,200.
That's a lot of XP. So 1,200?
Yeah. To be fair, it was more dangerous than it seemed, because if it gets that fatigue off and then can do the bite, and you fail again, it just straight puts you to sleep and you go unconscious.
Yeah, let's not do that. So
yeah,
I'm level 2 now then?
I believe so. Well, this is medium progression for this campaign, I believe. So I don't think you're quite... Isn't it 2,000, I think?
I have 2,400 now.
Oh, are you at 2,400? Oh, yeah, then you're fucking there. You're good. I thought you were a bit under 2,000 for some reason. No, yeah, if you're... Yep, medium progression track. So you are leveled at that. You do have to sleep to get this stuff, but, you've played my other games. By just general house rule, you get the hit dice at least. get your health as like a little second wind.
I'm gonna roll the hit dice real quick. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's see.
Hey, way better
that's
than
not
my
bad.
other campaign.
Yeah, it's much better than the other one.
Oh, that one was a nightmare.
I will say I did have to use your blasts the other day while you were gone, and you got some kills. You're blowing some people up.
Okay, while I'm in Dragon Form, so it lasts like a minute or whatever. That was only like 3 rounds. So I have a couple more rounds.
Yeah, you should have at least 7 more rounds if it's a minute.
Okay, so I'm gonna use that to go into the room that I'm next to, I guess.
Okay, so you're gonna bust in that room. Let me remove the lighting block. And describe you what you're freaking looking at here. Sorry, excuse me. Okay. This one looks like another child's room, but this one has a set of bunk beds that have fallen apart. Wooden chest of toys is turned on its side, spilling moldy stuffed animals, more blocks, and other neglected toys across the floor. Since you were just bursting in animal form, these things are going to jump out. Give me 1 second to reveal them, and then I'll roll them into initiative. These appear to be what was making that weird hollow clacking sound. At first glance, they look like they are like, rather giant centipedes. But as you look closer, it's like just the leftover exoskeleton of a giant centipede. So just like the hollow exoskeleton. I don't think they have very good initiative. They do not. Okay. So you were already at that spot. So that's just like an object interaction. Although I guess you did savage it as your last turn.
Yeah.
But you could have waited a second, I guess, to be able to burst in and still do stuff. If you think that's what you would have done.
Yeah, because I don't like I just lose the ability to communicate with that's not a shared creature type. So I'm technically a bear, so I only speak and understand bears. But I still have my senses. I'm not like a crazy or.
Fair. All right, so we'll say waited a second. In your bestial form. Object interaction, just fucking shove the door open. It wasn't even locked. So you still gotta. That's just part of a move action. So you can finish the move and still do a standard.
Yeah, so I'll do that, and I'll try to go for the one in the middle, I guess.
Yes. Okay. And you do also. I know you changed your max to 19. You would also like get the 8 health. You know what I mean? Like that's in there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like. Basically, like my second wind rule, quote unquote. Like you get the new hit dice and like the health that comes with it. So yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Okay, and then I'm going to try to maul the one in the middle.
Well, yeah, which could be very good for jumping into a fight with 3 targets here.
Yeah. Again, I'm berserking for this.
Okay. Alright, let's see what we got. Ooh, that middle one might be a crit here. Okay. So, first one's a bite, correct?
Yeah, first one's a bite.
Okay, so bite, is with bludgeoning, so that'll bypass... The bite just fucking crunches the exoskeleton. First one goes down at that 12. As you get to there. Do you have pounce, or can you only do one of your attacks on a move?
I think I can only do the single bite.
I think it's just unless you have.
I don't think I have pounce as a bear.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I think it's the only like simple animal I can remember that has it, like that people transform into right away, would be a lion or a tiger maybe. But you do run in and immediately just fucking snap one in half in your jaws. Okay, they are gonna go. They're just gonna like little shuffle over here to get around you, and they're both gonna go with a bite with toughness here. And actually, let me see. So you killed that one in the middle. The one that you snapped in half, as the husk breaks, it releases all this like old dusty air that's been trapped inside. Give me a fortitude save as that happens. Let's see. That is, you're good. Basically, like, the fucking dust of, like, whatever used to be, like, the inside of the centipede gets in your nose, but you just kind of, like, sneeze it out a little bit. Okay. The one on top with flanking is going to get an 11, so that's a miss. The other guy got a nat 20, but does not confirm. So just one regular bite.
Okay.
That is going to be 4 damage as the mandibles, like, snap shut around one of your legs.
Okay, that was...
So that was their turn, and then you go back to you.
So I'm gonna go for the one that did hit me. That seems like what a bear would do.
Okay, yep, go. The top one was the one that got you. Oof, coming in with these hot rolls today. It's just shy of being a critical, but it does do the full 8. The 12 is a miss, but then the final claw will finish that one off. So kind of like crunch through the back end of it. It keeps going, and then you just claw across the like skull plate, and it goes down. You resist the burst of that dust again. And the final one is going to go in for a hit here. Jesus Christ, another nat 20. This dice rolling hot. But it does not confirm again. Well, no. Because it doesn't have flanking anymore, so that definitely doesn't confirm. Okay. Damage-wise, that is going to be 6. So I believe you take 3 total.
Yep.
And then it is back to you, and I think you'll be able to savage it this turn. Pretty unlikely that it'll live. Bite goes in with full damage, and the second one is also a hit. Even with the reduction, those two combined will be exactly enough. So the full 8 goes through, which brings it to 3. It reduces the claw by 5 and takes 3.
Hell yeah.
Boom. All right, they all go down, and that time, I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. You're staggered for 1 turn.
Okay.
It's not a huge effect.
I'm gonna make my way over to the door to the left then.
Right. And that was, I believe, so that was 3 more rounds. So you should have 4 more rounds of the effect. It lasted a minute, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you should have 4 rounds left. And we'll add up the XP for the bugs because you're going to this room anyway, so we'll do that first.
So I'll go to this one. Just do the same thing, I guess. I'm gonna...
You see, these ones aren't even hiding. They are just immediately out in the open. Looks like there's 3 more bugs.
Okay. Well, I only have to fight them one by one if I fight them by the door, so I'll do that.
Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to remove your thing while you're at 18.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll them back in just because this is a separate group. They got the same fucking roll. Never mind. Could have just not deleted them. All right. So was that your full movement?
No. I moved 40 feet, so it would have been an object interaction to open the door, right? So
yeah, so movement, object interaction, you can finish the move and go in, and then you'd still get your standard, so you could do 1 bite. If you move in 1 square, you'd be able to hit either the left guy or the one right below.
I kind of want to stay here at the door, because they have to come to me.
It's true. I mean, they don't seem remarkably intelligent. They literally don't have a brain, so...
Yeah, so...
Okay. In that case, you're going to stay there. They are going to do what you suspect. They're just going to kind of start swarming around in there. So only the lead one's going to make a roll. Not a nat 20 this time, but that is a 18? I think that hits.
Let me see what my new improved AC is. 20.
20? It would have been 19, but that still is below 20, so never mind. All right, so very closely, like, it's like trying to close the pincers around you, and the bear is just like flexing its muscles outward so it can't finish the pierce. And it's just clogging the fucking way, so that's gonna be back to you. Also, just so you know what you're looking at, the room in there appears to be a study.
Okay.
But we'll go into more what's in there in a second. Okay, so this is the guy right in front of you. Bite's going to be full. So yeah, that's definitely gonna wipe it. However, well, actually, these ones are a bit different. Hold on, make sure I got its bite correct, because the other ones, they didn't change the art in Roll20, but these ones are giant cockroach exoskeletons, not giant centipede exoskeletons. It mechanically, bite-wise, would not have made a difference. Never mind. Although you do still have to make the fortitude save as this one bursts. God damn. I'm gonna roll on hot on saves today. Your bonus isn't even that crazy. Alright. I mean, you can still 5-foot step as a free action, or do you want to just stay at the door, I assume?
I'm content where I'm at.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. One of them's gonna push up. Cockroach. It's like kind of weird wing carapace is like clattering against itself. So it's gonna go for this another bite here. This bite is actually a little bit better. That is gonna be 20 exactly, so that will hit.
Yep.
Damage wise, that is gonna be 5, so reduced to 2 from your 3 around. So it does manage to hurt you a little bit, but you know the scales of your abilities, you're keeping it back. That is back to you. I will be shocked if this thing lives for another round. Well, okay, let's see. So, I think just barely that'll do it again. So, bite will be the full, because no DR on the bite.
Yeah.
Okay, it will be up at 1, just barely. It'll stay up, because the DR will reduce the 5 to a 2, which will leave it at 1 HP. Alright, both of them are still fighting for a spot, so this one, but only one of them gets to bite, so let's try that again. That is a 6 this time. It does not do it. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to savage this one. Unless you do 3 insanely bad rolls. What? Maybe I spoke too hastily? Okay, so the bite barely misses. Both of the others hit, but he has 1 health left, so he's done.
And then I'll 5-foot step in, I guess.
Alright, so move that one out of the way. It is going to go in for another bite here. I really don't even need turn orders when it's just one person, I feel like. When we get more than one kind of enemy, it'll be relevant. Okay, final guy going in for a bite. That one's a 21, so we will get 1 last hit on you. But it might not be enough to go through this. 4 reduced to 1 damage to you. And then after the 1, the thing that is not reduced at all crits immediately. And you just, like, bite the head off the cockroach. Oh, go ahead and give me 2 more fortitude saves. From the burst of those 2. Although it doesn't really matter because at the end of the fight. Doesn't matter at all. You're not even staggered. Okay. Let me add up all the exoskeletons really quick. Gotta make sure they are, in fact, the same amount of XP, although I believe they are. Okay, they are. Okay. So 300 a room. You're gonna get 600.
3K.
It feels so, like, anathema to be giving you so much XP so fast. Just out of DM habit. But I know it's, like, it's what has to happen to live.
Yeah, that level up was clutch.
That level up did come in really good with that extra 8. Okay, so you get another 600, and then I believe medium... It's 2,000. I want to say the next one is 4,500.
Yeah, I think that's it.
God, I used to have it like memorized, but too many games have invaded my brain, and now I'm not sure. Oh, it's a bit okay. It's 5,000. Okay.
Oh, it's 5. Okay.
Yeah, it's 2, then 5, then 9. Or the first few. I guess that makes sense. Goes up by 3, goes up by 4,000. Makes sense. Then it goes up by 6,000. Okay.
And that was been roughly what? That was 3 rounds or 4 rounds?
That was 3 more rounds. So you have 1 round left, but you've also been in all the rooms up here, so...
Yeah, the only room I haven't been in is the one with the crying lady, which I don't think I'm going to enter that one.
That's true. You've not been in the final one at the bottom. So yeah, probably, you wait a couple more seconds, you fade back to your normal self, your body kind of flowing almost like wax to get back to this original position. The study you were just in, I'll save you some time. Basically looks like, whatever was in here, the bugs have trashed at this point. Nothing really left. Although it does beg the question, like, these are not, real bugs. These are like undead exoskeletons. So the question is, like, why are they here?
That is the question. I don't know if I want the answer to.
That's fair.
Came from the stairs up top, so.
Damn. Sorry, my dad's like really big into movies. He just sent me an article. Apparently, fucking Regal Cinema is declaring bankruptcy in the next few weeks.
Oh shit. What films did they do?
Well, that's just like the theater chain. Like,
Oh. Okay.
That's like, I think, the first or second biggest chain in the U.S. at least. I mean, I guess people stream more now, but in my head, I didn't think it was like that much of a difference that like the biggest chain would go bankrupt. That's insane. I feel like it'll end up being more like smaller chains, like Alamo and stuff in the future. Just like really specialty shit.
And you can still get DVDs from Netflix, so.
I guess that's true. I mean, some people still living in the fucking past. That like blows my mind whenever someone brings that up, that you could still get DVDs from it. It's like, I don't even, like, if I were to watch something on disc, like, it would be Blu-ray at this point. It wouldn't even be a DVD. Like, I own DVDs, and honestly, I shouldn't have brought them when I moved to my new place. Like, they're just sitting there. What the fuck am I doing with them? I feel like my kid, when she's older, is like, what is this weird disc?
Before they were dead, they were just that.
Alright, so yes, the only room up here that you haven't been in is the one with the sobbing. But you also haven't been downstairs.
Yeah. Is there another upstairs? Is that what these stairs are for?
Those are also going downstairs. So basically, like, you went through the back staircase, which went upstairs. There was like a staircase in the front half of the house that also would have brought you upstairs.
So after, I guess, my fatigue coming down, which is warming, wears off, I really don't want to check it, but I think I need to for completionist sake.
I mean, that's fair, dude. I would absolutely do that for completionist sake. I always do that shit. Okay. So you open it. Let me reveal that room. Okay. As you are looking in here, this appears to be like an old sewing room. Sagging shelves, one of which is almost pulled free from the wall, line the different sides of this room, set with spools of thread, boxes of needles, moldy scraps of like cloth, and bolts of decaying fabric, various types of shears and the like. There is a round box of spoiled yarn on a nearby work table, and a dress lays kind of propped in the corner. Give me a perception check. So you haven't actually entered the room yet, but give me a perception check in here.
Yeah.
Okay, on a 29, this is actually, it would needed to be a high check. Concealed within the moldering yarn supplies are 9 bars of solid gold.
One thing my solo campaign is I have to write everything down.
So the question is, do you go in there and get them?
I feel like this is definitely a trap.
No,
But-
no.
I'm gonna step into the room.
Okay. As you step in, you get a brief flash of, like, this woman, probably in her late like 30s, maybe early 40s, sewing in this room. There's like beautiful dresses all around. You see at one point Roderick comes in and like kisses her and then walks out the door. And then you see kind of like a time lapse of like, you know, day, night, time's passing super fast. You see she's like looking up at another painting of that ship on the wall and seems to fall into a despair as no one else comes to check on her. As that happens, the remains of her life's work as a seamstress begin to vibrate in the room and chaotically fly through the air. So like, you know, shears, needles, like heavy rolls of cloth zoom around. Go ahead and make a reflex save as they're flying around. Okay, that is going to be a pass. This is going to have this. Those are really low rolls, actually. So there's a chance that they could have, like, entangled you and all that. That doesn't happen, and you're going to reduce 6 damage to 3 points of piercing. But after that, it fades away, and you are able to grab that gold. If you want to make an appraise check on what that's worth. They're not, like, huge bars of gold, but they do appear pure. I mean, you're, like, you look at it like, that's gold, for sure. You've never received gold in bar form. So you're not quite positive what it's worth. So for now, just add 9 bars of gold to your inventory, and you can, like, try to figure it out later.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say, what's your... I assume you have a pretty high carrying capacity here.
Let me reduce my strength back down to normal, and my con back to normal. I didn't even give myself bonus HP for the con, but I guess it could have technically worked. I have... What's it say?
Each of these weighs 10 pounds, so it's like 90 pounds.
My light load is 100 pounds.
Nice, okay.
So I'm going to put those in the chest, and can I throw that outside through the window?
Yeah, I mean, it's a masterwork. There's like the chest the weapon was in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is masterwork. It's not going to break. You're only like 1 floor up. Let me see. So you toss it out. I gotta like check. So you're tossing it out from her. Yeah, her front room leads out to the balcony. Through the window. There's like a window entrance to the balcony. So you basically just toss it out the window, and it just goes a little over the balcony, and then you just hear like the shattering of the wooden stairs at the front of the house as the, you know, case that was already like 20 pounds is just weighed down.
Can I aim this to where I think the surges were?
Sure. Give me a ranged attack roll.
Please.
You hear like a shattering of wood and like and then like angry buzzing from the other side of the porch. You think one of them probably got squished? I'm pretty sure they're worth like fucking nothing, but I'll see what XP they're worth. That's just so worth it, honestly. That's so funny.
Didn't care about XP.
Yeah, they're worth like 50 XP. You get a little bit, yeah, but you when you go back out later, there's definitely like fucking bug guts all over the nice case. Holy shit, that's actually incredible. I would never have thought of that. Oh.
Let's go down these stairs.
I feel like in real life that would have just killed a man. Can you imagine if someone just yeeted like... Because it's like so concentrated. It's not even a big box. Like, you know, like the length and width of a sword. So this like incredibly narrow box that is just weighing like 100-something pounds just thrown out the second story and hits you. Terrifying. Okay, are you going down the front stairs this time?
Yeah.
Okay. Those do... Here, let me drag you over here. These are like the double doors that lead to the front porch. You're basically at the front of the house. So you're in the front entryway. Let me go back a few pages because you went top instead of bottom first. Okay. So you're in the main hall here. Kind of dank, rotting wood smell. You see the set of stairs you just came down, leading to the next floor. The hallway turns sharply to the north, past the staircase. Or I guess, I don't know. They never clarified that way is north, but it hooks a left up there. There's no compass rose on this map, so I don't know why they thought that was obvious.
Okay.
But yeah, so you got one door on your right here, double doors in front of the house. Looks to be a small closet door that's already open up there. Another door at the top of the hall, and then it curves left.
Okay. I'm gonna take a peek into the door that's already open, I guess.
Okay, the closet door's already open. Give me a perception. As you look in there, no insane hauntings, globes of water go off in there. You don't see a lot. It looks like this was probably some sort of like storage pantry. Although, our boy Roderick used to be an adventurer, so it had adventuring supplies. Most of it's broken now. On a 25, you do find one potion of Cure Light Wounds that has, like, survived the years.
Okay, I'll proceed to take that immediately.
Okay, go ahead and move to... This one's a D8 plus 2. Damn, okay. Almost max. A bunch of the, like, cuts from the, haunting upstairs with the needles go away. A bunch of the weird pincer bite marks that have, like, the little, pointed fangs fade away. Got a couple of scrapes left, but, you're doing a lot better.
Yes. Probably shouldn't make it a habit of drinking random things that I find, but...
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you didn't know that it was that, but I'm so used to that being the most basic item in the game. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm an adventurer, so it's probably pretty common to,
Yeah,
okay.
Surely you've seen it before.
And before I make an alchemist, I make all his potions look just like Cure Light Wounds.
Fair.
Okay, I'm gonna check this door.
Alright, give me a perception check in there. In that room, you hear a quiet insectile buzzing. And the clacking of exoskeletons. This time, it sounds like this time it might be, like, live versions of what you fought upstairs.
Okay. And then, let's go to this door on the right, you said?
Yeah, so one on the right. Now you can see the hallway. The hallway branches into two more doors, one north, one south.
Okay.
The one to the right, go ahead, give me a perception check on that one. Of those that, let's see, 15. I want to say, since you already did this earlier, you realize that, like, this room, actually, can I just, I'm gonna see if I can remove the block here. I can't remove without revealing stuff. But you know that this room is the one where you heard all the creepy crawlies. Okay. So basically, past the wall above you is that other room that you got into from the dock. With, like, the rear stairs. So, yeah, you think both this door leads to that same room, the creepy crawlies.
Okay, and then this door on the bottom, what do I think?
Okay, go and check on that one. Oh, God. You keep rolling so high in the rooms that have creepy things in them. Okay, so you listen to this one, and this time you hear children giggling.
That's alarming.
It's not great, yeah. Admittedly not great.
Okay, and then the door above me.
Door above you. Make one last check. Whew, there we go. Okay. The one above you is going to be opposed here. Okay. You hear, like, a weird, like squelching sound that briefly sounds like it's moving away from you, and then the sound stops.
There's so many things I can make that sound.
I don't think you have the appropriate knowledge for this. I would say you're an adventurer, though. I'd say give me like a straight intelligence or wisdom check. I'd allow either.
Let's go with wisdom.
I'd say just in like stuff you've heard people encounter as adventurers, maybe some kind of ooze. It sounded like that kind of thing moving around, just like very like wet, like sticky substance moving around.
Okay. See, okay, I'm already here, so I guess I will try to open that door with the ooze.
With the ooze, okay. It's not locked or anything. Let me move the lighting.
Well, before I open the door, like, so it's a ooze, or I think it's an ooze, right? So, can I make like a check on oozes and see if I can think of their weaknesses?
Normally that'd be knowledge dungeoneering.
Okay.
So I'd say yeah, you probably don't know. Honestly, if you don't have knowledge dungeoneering, you probably don't know the specifics. You just like have you know that adventurers sometimes fight oozes is like the vibe.
All right. Yeah. No. Then we'll keep proceeding.
Okay. Let me. There we go. Give me a perception check to looking in here because you don't immediately see it in here. Okay, so that will detect it. I'll describe the room first, though. So as you enter, there's like this sickeningly, like, sweet, cloying smell hanging in the room. Otherwise, the air feels kind of stale, like not a lot of air movement. There's a fair amount of like mold and fungus growing up the northern wall, and that what was once a table is now basically just like decaying with mushrooms growing on it in the corner. There's the door you just came through, and then a stone hearth right to your left. And like a little oven door in the hearth, kind of slightly ajar. On the 28, you see that this ooze was indeed like trying to hide among that like fungus growth. So I'm gonna bring him over here. And then you might know what these are in real life, or as a player, but I'll show you the art. Looks like this thing begins to move.
Okay. Would it be an int check to think that it'd be flammable, since it looks like it's like I guess and stuff?
I'll allow it. I'll see. Yeah, give me an int check. See if you can do it.
Okay.
You're not quite sure. You think it could go either way, honestly, because like it looks like it's an ooze, but it's also maybe got some plant matter in the ooze. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get a surprise round on you, so this is straight initiative, and as you might imagine, oozes aren't great at initiative. Well, okay, you did roll low though.
Neither am I.
Okay, it's got a +3, so it needs a fucking 5 or higher. Okay, never mind. I got a 14, so it is gonna go first. 14 plus 3, 17. I don't know why all my other scripts for this game are working except the turn tracker one. I don't know why. I'll play with it next time. Okay, so it's very slow looking, but it is like gonna ooze its way across the room. Excuse the pun here. As it gets close, okay, it's not gonna do that yet. That's after it takes damage. Never mind. Okay, so one of its special abilities is literally camouflage, but you like instantly spotted it. It is, however, going to try and just kind of rear up and slam into you. That is going to be a 14, so I think you can like dodge out of the way as it like slams into the open door behind you. And you can see that as it pulls back, there was some force behind it, but more importantly, you see the door start to like steam as like green acid is stuck to it.
Yeah, no,
And now it is your turn. That's all I can do.
Don't like this idea of engaging it. I think the best thing to do would be to run away.
To run away, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you acrobaticsing away here to get away? Oh, yeah. That's not gonna do
trying.
Oh yeah, 4. It doesn't have huge CMD, or that's not gonna be it. Maybe it'll miss though. Let's find out. I don't think that's gonna miss. That is 18 in your regular form.
Meets it beats. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so it's a bit of 1 bludgeoning, but the more important thing is gonna be the acid. Holy fuck! 1 acid as well. 2 damage.
2 damage.
Well, that could have been way worse. I think it kind of just nicks you on the way out.
Yeah, that's fun. And then there's
Still got the rest of your movement though.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving. This door had the creepy crawlies, right?
Yeah, that's the creepy crawly door. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for the ooze.
Okay, so all right, it's gonna be back to the ooze. Can it make it to you? I think it can.
Because my plan is to open this door.
Right.
The ooze gets near me.
5, 10, 15. Okay, it makes it to you. It's gonna try and slam you again.
Yeah.
That is, I don't think gonna do it. Yeah, 14 doesn't do it, right?
No.
Oh yeah, 18 is what we're going for. Okay, so you manage to like throw yourself out of the way again as this weird fungal ooze like slams into the wall, and more like like bits of fucking wall dissolve under the acid.
Okay.
Back to you.
So I'm gonna try to open that door and then like step this way.
Okay. So object interaction. We're gonna throw open the door behind you. And then you're gonna step down.
Yep.
Which means I'm gonna have to roll something into initiative here. Where did my... Nope, that is not the right sheet. That's the right sheet. Okay. I was looking at the wrong fucking swarm. Okay. That is gonna be... are you done with your turn?
Well, so I'm gonna try to attempt to like open the door. I'm gonna try to keep moving, but like maybe stealth, so whatever's in there doesn't notice me, and just immediately sees the.
I would say, yeah. Give me a stealth check. I don't think you can stealth from the ooze, but potentially could stealth from the spiders.
Right.
Swarms don't have great perception checks. That might be enough. Let's see. You got a 10. Okay, it needs to get a 7 or lower. Got exactly a 7, which brings it to 9.
Okay.
So it does not notice you. What it does do, though, because it's a swarm, on its turn it is going to squeeze out here to try to start feeding on that fucking plant life.
Big fucking swarm, bro.
Alright, so it is going to auto do some damage here. Okay, it does 1 damage to the ooze. However, is the ooze... I don't know if oozes can be distracted. I've literally never seen that interaction between a swarm and an ooze. Let's see. Acid, mind affecting... I think they can. I don't see anything that would negate it. So it is distracted by them. It does... get damage, though, which releases its stink effect, which only is a 5-foot radius spread, so you're outside the radius. But it literally can't affect the spiders. Wow, okay. So that is the ooze. It is going to start laying the fuck into the swarm here. Acid damage might do a little bit. Okay, it's gonna slam into the swarm for a bit of damage here. Where's my other dice? There it is. Okay, you see a fair amount of the swarm get like eaten by acid. Looks like it's probably at about like half the mass it was to start with. Back to you.
Pull out my popcorn.
Okay, yeah, you just...
And my foam thumb.
Woo, foam thumb. Go spiders! Okay, back to the swarm. They're gonna do their auto damage here. Unfortunately, their poison is not effective against that thing. Ooh, but they do 6 damage to the ooze. Max damage. You see spiders kind of like crawling around, like carrying away little bits of like fungus away from the fight. That is the ooze, though. It might be able to... Does not hit the spider swarm's AC. Holy fuck. Still staying where you're at?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see if the swarm can get another max damage roll. Another 6. 4. Better than half. The ooze is past bloodied. The ooze, though, I think might finish the swarm here with the acid damage. The ooze kind of just, like, widens its body in the hallway and slams down on the spider swarm. So it's fucking toast. And then it is going to move to catch up with you.
Okay. So...
But that is its full turn. So
yeah,
it is
I'm
now
gonna
back to you.
move... This door had something else behind it, so I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yes, you think that was like the living cockroaches.
Yeah.
Go ahead and... So object interaction, open that. Give me a stealth check. Ooh, these guys are a bit more observant than the spiders. It might still be possible.
Well, I could go back the way I was, like past the ooze.
It's true, but to acrobatics past, like through it, it would be a CMD plus 5 to get through it. Okay, this is a regular giant cockroach, not an exoskeleton. So what's their bonus? Okay. If it gets a nat 1, it fails. If not, it auto-succeeds. It got a nat 20.
Well.
Alright, so the cockroaches definitely know that fucking tasty meal just popped that door open.
Yep, so I think my only option is to try to get past the garden ooze, though, if I want to...
Yeah, so go ahead and make an acrobatics check while I roll them in the cockroaches new initiative.
Yep.
Good news is they go after you anyway, so that's good. Okay, so you get to the square in front of the ooze, but don't get by it. Which brings it back to the ooze, and then you'll get another chance to get by it before the cockroaches, because they rolled so poorly.
Yeah.
Okay, so garden ooze going in for another slam here. Its stink thing can't happen twice, so that doesn't need to worry about it. Damn, that is lucky. It's 16. Just shy.
Yep.
Alright, this is back to you. Need a good acrobatics here to get through it. You're stuck in the hallway here.
Yeah. Can I try to go into my form then?
Yeah, so that's still part of your move action, so you still have an action.
Okay, yeah. So, well, it's just a swift action to I don't think.
Okay.
So I'll do that. I'll transform. You know, I don't know if being a quadruped would help my acrobatics or not. Like a...
What was it?
So, it transforms me or whatever, and I become a quadruped, so I have 4 legs. I don't know what that helps.
Oh, for tripping?
Yeah.
I believe if you're a quadruped, it makes it +4 against trip CMDs, or CMBs.
Yeah, but is that all quadruped does? Yeah, +4.
That's just all quadrupeds, yeah. Like most, it doesn't say it on their stat blocks because it's like built in, essentially.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know. Okay. Yeah, so my performance, my dragon form, I guess.
Alright, so you pop in dragon form. The good news is the cockroaches can't both get next to you because they're so big.
Yeah.
Ugh, look at these gross boys.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, no thanks for sure. Okay, so only one can get to you. It is gonna go in. Weirdly, they are actually. I guess not weirdly. They're worse than the undead version. They're not as strong.
Yeah.
So it's gonna go in for a bite here. Is your AC higher in dragon form right now?
Yeah, it's a 21.
21. Okay, that's not. It's gonna miss then. It like does kind of connect, but the pincers can't get through the scales.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's back to the ooze. You're now 21. You said. Okay, it's gonna be a hard roll. It impacts you, but same thing. The acid and stuff is having a hard time eating through you, so
Okay.
no damage. Back to your turn. You got one cockroach waiting in the wings, and one flanking you with the ooze.
Yeah. I'm gonna try acrobatics over the cockroach then.
It's fair. I think that actually is a bit easier. Oh, so close. That would do it if it wasn't through it. But with the +5, that's not gonna do it. It was actually very close though. Even with the +5, that was very close.
Yeah, that's fine. And then that's that a move action or a standard action?
That's part of your move action, and basically, like, it doesn't, because you don't actually move when you fail to go through them. It doesn't provoke anything. It's just like you're stuck where you are.
Okay. Well, in that case, then I'm just gonna try to make attacks. I'm gonna attack the ooze is almost dead, so
So this is at the cockroach then.
no, this is at the ooze kind of finished.
Oh, at least okay. So, miss, hit. Okay. Since that's a natural attack, it's gonna deal a little bit of acid damage to you, but you did kill it.
Okay.
In fact, the first strike killed it, so you could kill the cockroach behind you too on the second claw.
Okay.
So you take, as you basically destroy the ooze, the acid in its body splatters you, dealing 7 acid damage.
Okay, so I take 4.
So yeah, reduce that to 4 from your ability, and then you spin around. These guys don't have the DR the ones upstairs do, which means that the 10 is enough to finish them off.
Okay.
So that is the final cockroach. Just drag this guy out of the way. This guy's bonus is lower now because he's not getting flanking. That is a miss.
Okay.
So it is back to you. Final enemy of this combat, and then I think we'll be good for our break, I think, for a bathroom break. Hit, miss, hit. But with those two, you manage to just savage the thing apart. It's barely alive after the bite, down to the red, and then the claw finishes it off. Okay, let me add up XP, and then we can take a quick break here. So easy when I don't have to do any division afterwards. I just fucking add them.
Fuck math.
Yeah, fuck math, dude. Alright, so then giant cockroaches. And then spider swarm as well. That's going to be 1,400.
400.
1,400. 1,400.
Okay, I'm already close to level 3.
Yeah, I feel when I knew that we wouldn't have to divide stuff, I was pretty sure that this dungeon basically should get you there. It's gonna be close. It's certainly gonna be close. All right. What are you feeling? I don't know if you need like food or anything. You want to take like a 5-minute break or a 10-minute break?
Yeah, 5's fine.
All right, 5. All right, cool. I'll see you in 5.
All right.
All right, I'm back. Bow, bow, bow. Oh, nice. Fuck yeah. I have no idea what I'm gonna eat tonight. Barbecue sounds fucking good though. All right. So we got our XP from the fight. Um. All right. Yeah, haven't explored the rest of the rooms yet, but just kind of been opening them. Okay. This is one of the cockroaches are, and this one actually leads into the one above, where the spiders were. Let me double back. So this looks like it used to be the living room. There's doors exiting to the north, as well as the one you just came through. The floor droops towards the south, so the lowest corner of the room is almost brushing the river as it flows by in this, like, rundown building. The ceiling and the northern and eastern ends of the room are torn, and the remains of a small desk lean into the northwest corner of the room, a slim drawer hanging out of the front. You guys, you already killed the cockroaches in here. Go and give me a perception check. You start going through the room. The drawer hanging out of the slumped over desk is empty apart from a dried out jar of ink and a few spent pen nibs. However, a piece of paper is stuck to the bottom of the drawer by a film of mold. It's jagged around the edges as if the rest of the sheet was ripped from the remnants. The stuck and moldering page shows an X in the middle of some woods and the letters st.hs. Yeah, here I'll type it out. Like, it looks like it's shorthand like that. You don't have a knowledge geography, but I'd say give me a wisdom check. Okay, you're not sure where, like, exactly in it, but you're pretty sure the woods on display here is the Churl Wood, which is like the section of forest to the east of your town. Of Roderick's Cove. I almost said Rosler's Coffer, which is fucking the other game. Yeah, no, for sure. Although I guess technically it does exist. It's because this one takes place before Tyrant's Grasp. That appears to be all that's in here right now. All right. Then you got this door basically just leads up into the room where the spiders were. So this looks like it used to be a dining room. There's like a masterfully built table that's just been kind of pushed up against the wall and is now covered in mold, and like a lot of layers of like moss have grown up along the damp floor. You have already taken care of the spider swarm in here. Give me a perception check in here. So you look around the room, you go through some of like the collapsed cabinets and other storage spaces in the dining room. You do find a silver serving set and a silver decanter and a set of 6 copper mugs, if you want to make an appraise check on all that. You are not quite positive how much these are worth. But I will list what you have. So you have a silver serving set, a silver decanter, and 6 copper mugs. I mean, you think they're probably like they are worth something. Just they're like nice metal dining ware, but don't quite know how much. Right. And then you already know that the door on the other side, I mean, you've already been over there, it leads back to the original room where the first set of stairs were. So the only room you haven't been in, well, you never opened the front doors, I guess, but you haven't been in the room with the giggling kids, which is this one over here. Let's remove that. Okay. So, as you look into this room over here, this is like a lovely family room. There's a moldering but comfy looking sofa along the south wall. Once comfortable chairs sit in front of mold covered windows. As you enter the room, you receive like another vision. A vision of Roderick's family. You see Roderick sitting there, one child sitting on his knee, two more sitting on the floor around him, listening to him read a book. Roderick's wife, who you saw upstairs, Andella, she's sitting next to him on one of the chairs doing needlepoint. And as you kind of enter the room at this lovely scene, the pleasant scene begins to turn to one of horror, as skin sloughs off their faces in wisps of shadowy smoke, revealing skeletal faces. And Roderick turns to you, demanding simply, "Get out!" Give me a will save, and I'm going to show you the actual art for this one, because it's fucking cool. You managed to resist, much like you did in the square, town square at the beginning of the campaign. You resist the effects of this horrid scene. Yeah, honestly, one of my favorite pieces of art in book one is just like, oh, damn, they drew that well. But that fades away. And you've now been in every room in the house. Give me one last perception check in here as the scene, kind of fades away, just left with a moldy old family room.
Since I've gotten everywhere else, I'm gonna take a 20 on this actually.
Okay.
So it'll be a 32.
Okay, so you take a 20 in there. That'll 32 will definitely do it. As you are looking around in here, I'm not actually sure if your one is already. Let me double check. One sec. I must consult my notes. You see that, he has gone out of his way on many adventures, accumulating many items. You find a small chest with a stash of various, old weaponry, a couple of daggers, a long sword, but there is one more well-wrought than the others. There is a masterwork elven curve blade.
Looking afraid to me.
Take that chest. There's also one long sword and 3 daggers, if those, pique your interest.
I'll take the daggers. And I'll just put my curved blade there. It's like carrying. Well, I mean, I could sell my curved blade, I guess.
Yeah, you could sell it for a bit.
And I'll just add that. So, 2 daggers. And then masterwork. Okay.
Alright.
Magic gives a plus 1 to hit, right? So it's not a chance.
Yes, masterwork is a +1 to hit.
Okay.
That is the only difference. But, it's nice.
Yeah, okay. So I guess I'm gonna try to make my way to the front door.
That is, I'll drag you with this way.
Oh, sorry. House is confusing.
It is confusing. It is indeed confusing. Yeah, there, it gets a better idea of where you were at.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's one more Sturge somewhere out there if you want to try to stealth by it, but one of them is definitely, you see it squashed. See a squashed Sturge under the giant chest. It's not giant chest, but heavy chest.
I'm gonna try to go over here. I'm trying to watch my step while I carefully get the chest.
Alright, let's see if the Sturge spots you. I don't think that will, but I will check its bonus. You grab it and just kind of boogie on out of there. Alright, so I'm going to bring us back to the Roderick's Cove map as you head out of that place.
Such a big map.
It is a very large town. It's not that large overall as a town, but it is a very big map.
Yeah.
They crammed a lot in there. Right, so you've acquired a lot of information here. What's your next move?
I'm gonna meet up with. I forgot her name. Starts with an A, I think. She lives in the cemetery place over here.
Oh, yes, Adrani.
Yeah, drop.
All right, you go to meet up with Adrani. Pop her art up just so we can look at it.
Yep.
Give me 1 second. Alright, just adding some more ambience. Our river town music. Alright. So, you head to her small house just outside the graveyard. And go and speak with Adrani. Oh, you've returned. You look a little worse for wear, but what happened? What was in the wreck? What was at his house?
His house, it was like, had seen better days for sure. I did uncover some information of note. It appears that what's her name? Starts with a Basset?
Barracat?
Barracat. Do you know that name by chance? Barracat?
Let's see if she does know that one. Okay, she has knowledge history. Okay. She's like, I've heard the legends about it. It's one of the swords of sin. I think it's the sword of pride. Yeah, I think the sword of pride. The Runelord of Pride would have given it to his, strongest lieutenant.
Well, the Sword of Pride was at Roderick's house. It was hidden in this room, but someone uncovered it, and I think that someone is so bad with names.
You think
Leader of the cult.
Yes, Corstella. This lady, I assume, is who you're referring to.
Yeah, Corstella. Corstella is in possession of that sword, which means she or someone knew where it was and got it.
She kind of frowns. She's like, I know that Roderick, near the end of his life, finally settled down here. If he had something that powerful, it kind of makes sense. Maybe he was protecting it.
He said his spirit spoke to me and said I need to get it back. He mentioned quite a few things. A house of stone in the woods. Does that mean anything to you?
It doesn't mean anything to me, but Roderick was a renowned cartographer. He drew a lot of his own maps on his travels, and while I don't have any, I know that before he died, I think they took a lot of his maps and put them in Cove Hall. That's our city hall.
Yeah, he mentioned something about his maps were taken, and it seemed to be important. And then he was mentioning something about gauntlets, how he should have taken a gauntlet. I don't know what that means. It could have been ramblings of a spirit. I don't know.
She's like, those don't remind me of any particular artifact like the sword, but I mean, perhaps if it was a powerful enough weapon, like maybe you needed something to help you wield it.
That's possible.
Whew, getting a call from spam risk better be probably important.
Yeah, super important.
Gotta answer that. She's like, I think it could be maybe needed to hold the sword safely, but you said you saw Miss Rostrada with the sword. Did she have gauntlets?
I don't recall that.
I think you'd be pretty positive that she didn't, because she was mostly just wearing, like, she was barely wearing armor. Like, she was wearing very, like, nice green clothes.
Yeah.
Nothing that would be classified as a gauntlet.
Yeah, no, I don't recall her wearing any gauntlets when I met her. Another thing that was there was the letters STHS. I don't know what that means. I'm not familiar with this region. That has significance, but it was found that in his map making room.
It might just be the stone house he talked to you about, or you said he had talked about.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
She's like, if it's something more meaningful than that, I can't think of anything beyond just like a shorthand.
You need to investigate this stone house in the woods. Do you know of such a place?
I don't know. I know that I know how to get to the Churlwood, if that's where it is. But I mean, if he wrote it down on his maps, they'd be in City Hall. That might have a better idea. All I can tell you how to get to the forest, if you go east of town, following, the coast for a bit, the river for a bit. If you follow the river, you will get to Hallin's Ferry, and he should be able to bring you across to the Churlwood.
I think that's where I'll go then after I take a visit to City Hall and offload some of these goods.
All right. Be safe out there. I think that's where Lullaby and her gang are hanging out.
I'll do my best.
I think you briefly heard about Lullaby. Is Lullaby Van Kaskerkin? She is the
gang
leader of the Road Keepers. I don't know if I can help anymore, but if you had a city hall, I'm sure the mayor would be willing to help.
I'll do that. Thank you. Meet again.
She's like, till we meet again.
All right, let's go to City Hall.
All right, so you head over. Let me minimize the pictures here. So you head over to Cove Hall. That is building number 10 over here, on the opposite side of like the main market circle.
Yeah.
There you would be able to talk to Governor Lorenza Thort. I don't think you've seen her art yet.
I don't believe so.
You're ushered in. It's a pretty small town. Like, if people want to meet with the governor, they can. So you head in. A secretary kind of waves you through the doors, and you're brought into the office of this woman. Oh, hello. I know you're a traveler. You came into town recently. Sorry you had to get caught up in all this weirdness that's been going on. How can I help you?
Yes, I was hoping to maybe peruse your archives of Roderick's maps.
Oh, the founder's maps. We kept a lot of his cartographical work in the archives. Could I ask what you need to see them for? They're very old, and I try not to lend them out if I can help it. But why do you need them?
I'm just following up on a hunch. I think there's something strange going on in this town, and they might have a clue in the maps.
So, give me a diplomacy check. I think the DC's not gonna be too hard because she needs the weird shit to be dealt with, you know. It's not quite gonna do it though. She's like, Listen, I really want to help, but these are valuable treasures to the town. Is there something you could put up as collateral that I could hold while you examine the maps? That would make me feel a bit better about lending them.
Yes, I have this aged rum.
She is actually, let me double check. I believe she's actually particularly partial to rum. Is that her vice? Let me double check. She says, she's like, if you're, look, I've been extremely busy the past few weeks with all the activity of the various organizations. Would you be, if you're willing to let me have this, I could give you some time, with the maps.
Sure, it is not of my taste.
Very well. She takes it from you. She kind of like gets up from her desk. She takes out this like old brass key, and there's not like a basement to this building, but she goes down the hall, unlocks this big wooden double door. And it's like a bunch of just various rows of small wooden boxes, like if safety deposit boxes were wood. She's like,
yeah.
Oh, let's see. I'm sorry, a lot of these are town records. Here we go. She goes to one of the ones near the end, and pulls out a few scrolls, and she's like, feel free to look through these. Hopefully be able to find what you need.
Thank you so much.
You start to go through some of them. A few of them are like sea charts, various, maps of places he's been, maps of the currents. You find some of Rosler's coffer itself, and then you do find some of the surrounding areas. As you examine it, you are able to find a map of the nearby Churlwood. Looking through it, you are able to pinpoint where the stone house is according to this map. I'm going to bring you over to a new section here. And I'm going to drop your token. There's like a lot of smaller maps on one map, so I'm actually going to drop you in the right spot in a second. Okay, so we're up here. So I'm going to reveal some of the stuff that you're looking at. So Churlwood is the map we're labeled on right now. You are right by Roderick's Cove, kind of at that little bend right there in the river. And where B is, you look at the map and you realize, judging by the description, that's where Hallin's Ferry is, according to Adrani. Looking through the wood, you see the next spot he has marked is Area C, which he is just labeled as the Elder of the Woods. Seems to be like a very large tree that grows there. Finally, there's one thing. The letters are going to be a bit off because there's one thing that's not on his map that is lettered. But where icon E is, he has labeled that as the stone house. Looking at his map of this, there is essentially like there is an X over it, almost like an X marks the spot. And well, as you look closer, you realize the X is very stylized, and as you kind of hold it up to the light, you see that it is in fact within the X is a small 7-pointed star. Which, from the famed events of recent years, this is like basically the events of Rise of the Runelords, and then I think it's Shattered Star. You know that this is the Sihedron rune, like the symbol of ancient Thassalon. So you have a path to that spot.
I'll sketch kind of my own rough work of this map, so kind of remember it.
Yeah, you can make a copy of the map.
Yeah.
You get some spare paper in there and, copy it as close as you can. You think it's probably not as, great to scale as his was, but
Right.
It's not bad. And it's enough that you know, like, where to generally look for the stone house.
Yeah, I was in that clearing down there. Okay, and is there anything else while I'm in here? I mean, I'm gonna see if there's anything else that piques my curiosity, like maybe history of what's that weird cult called?
The Order of Resplendence?
Yeah.
Are you trying to stop by their building first?
No, I was just seeing what other documents are in this area. In
the chamber? I would say she's not expecting to hear you opening more drawers. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. See if you can find out a bit more.
Okay. So, let's go, baby. One more time. No.
Okay, so let me verse the mirror. Okay, there's a brief. Are you all right in there? Are the maps okay?
Yeah, the maps are okay.
All right. I'll be in my office if you need me. So, ostensibly, you know that the manor in town used to be owned by like some like decently rich merchants, but that it was it is registered as Peacock Manor. It was originally built by someone, originally built by Corstello Rostrada, a scholar both eccentric and quite rich. A lot of the notes here are just kind of like bank statements. She paid in full for, like, the land permit and, like, built all this stuff with her own money, this giant manor. That being said, some of the other notes in here pertaining to the Order of Resplendence are reports from the local city guards and, like, the local barracks. You think they are a little suspicious that they're, like, kind of registered as, like, a scholar organization, but there have certainly been rumors, besides the one you found out about for sure, that the Order of Resplendence has, like, clashed with the Horned Fangs and the Road Keepers. Apart from that, they don't seem to have a ton of evidence on these people. There is a lot of notes that, like, there's a lot of people living in that manor, in Peacock Manor, that hardly ever leave. They don't seem like they're prisoners, but they make note that, like, it's kind of this self-sustaining compound that very rarely comes out for supplies.
Yeah, that's...
Let's see. Anything else that they would have in the mayor's office? Apart from that, I think honestly it's all the mayor has. A lot of the townsfolk think that, like, they're eccentric, but largely harmless. So the biggest kind of, I'd say, standout of what you're reading here, apart from the fact that the guards do suspect some foul play, is that, like, this is a enormous fucking mansion that she came and just paid for, like, straight up front, no loans or anything.
Yeah.
Which is a huge influx of gold for the town. So they're, a little suspicious that someone would have that much, and then also not have a lot of information of where she was from or what she did. It's just like, oh, we're pretty sure she's from Magnamar, which is a nearby city.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit suspicious.
But apart from that, yeah, not a lot of hard evidence.
Okay. That's fine. I just wanted to peruse that. Alright, I'm gonna make my way to the Charlwood, I guess. Or what time is it, I guess?
At this point, it's probably getting pretty close to evening. Like, you might need to rest.
Yeah. Let's go and get another night at the tavern.
Alright, yeah, you can totally spend another night at the tavern. You kind of, it's literally, like, right across from the Cove Hall, so you just head on over. Believe Adrani has set up a room for you here, so you don't need to pay any more for now. Do you have any healing to do? If not, you can roll... actually, let me see, before you sleep, let me make sure there was not any final XP rewards that could have tipped you over the edge here.
Yeah, well, I guess I could sell some of the stuff if there's some merchants out and about.
You could sell some stuff at the evening market probably before you turn in. Let's see.
Just to get rid of some of this weight.
Okay, I don't think this is gonna be enough. Actually, no, this should be enough because we're not. Okay. Okay. For finding the location of, like, what might be causing all of this, you do get 1,600, so that should level you up tonight.
Yeah. 1,000 up there, 540.
So you can definitely,
I'm at 6,050.
Okay, yeah, that'll do it, because it's 5,000. And then the next one, I believe, for you is going to be at 9,000. Will be next level. Yes, okay. So level 3 was at 5,000, so you're good. And then 4th level will be at 9,000. So you can do that. I'd say you could sell pretty much everything here. If you want to make one more, not as good as the 8. If you want to go ahead and sell all your stuff, go ahead and make one more appraise check on the dining room set and the gold bars. You can do one for each if you want. And we'll see if they you can get a good deal from these merchants.
What does that affect?
Two appraise checks just to see if you can figure out the dining room set and the... Okay, so dining room set. Oh my god.
Damn.
Okay, I'm gonna round it down. You're not gonna get quite as much as you probably would have, but if you do want to just sell it and get it done,
yeah.
You would be able to sell it all for 300.
Okay.
Which I'd say, I mean, I think Iridil probably suspects that he's not getting the best deal, but it's still 300 gold pieces.
Yeah, and that was for the dining set.
Yeah, that was for like the silver decanter, silver dining set, the copper mugs, and the 9 gold bars.
Okay. And so I still had to... What about the Roderick's chest?
Roderick's chest, you got a good roll of that. You know the chest is worth 350 just by itself.
Okay. Can I sell that here?
Yeah, I'd say you could sell that here. You would know that, yeah, and that's a treasure item, so that, 350 it sells for full.
Do they have need of my curve blade?
The old curve blade, how much is a regular curve blade worth?
80.
80? Yeah, I could say you could sell that. There's a lot of, well, there's like that whole blacksmith in town. She'd probably buy it.
Yeah, for like, was it half price?
Yeah, half price for the weaponry. So, if it was 80, down to 40.
Okay. Sweet. 697 gold. While I get them off before I want to ask the locals about the churlwood.
Trying to gather some information about the churlwood and like in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a diplomacy check to gather information.
Number skill. Let's go.
3.
Not a 1.
Go ahead.
Says not a chat. It's not a nat 1.
It is not a nat 1. That is technically correct. Okay. So I think you'll get one additional fact besides just like they tell you where the fucking churlwood is and how to cross the river. What are they gonna tell you exactly? Okay. You would get facts that there is a rumor recently, and you actually had heard, I think, a different rumor that dwarves went missing in the woods recently. There is a different rumor that there has been a whole bunch of goblin activity in the woods. They seem to think there's probably like a goblin den somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'd say that's all the additional information you get.
That's fine. Potential goblins, doors missing, yeah. So, how much do I heal? So, 1 per level, or?
Sorry, I was answering a question about payment. You heal, so you automatically heal 1 per level, but you get a free heal check every day to heal double that. So automatically heal 3, and then you need a DC 15 heal check to heal 6 instead.
Just 3.
Is not gonna do it. You could, however, if you want to pay for a healing. I mean, you're a follower of Desna, right? So that like there is a Desnan temple in town, as well as the other temple to Pharasma in the top left.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go to the Desna Temple in the morning before I head out.
I think they would definitely like downcharge you as a fellow follower of the Song of Spheres. I think they'll probably charge like 10 gold pieces for a Cure Light, which is probably all. What do you got? You're 6 down.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, then the head priest will auto do it because he's a level 5. So D8 plus 5. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, 10 gold. More than worth it.
So you are able to heal to max. You got your level up.
I still have to get skill points and all that stuff, but I can do that at some point.
You're good. You're good. I think we got enough time to at least get through a little bit more because I have till 5, so still got like half an hour.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I don't think I can need anything. Oh,
I'm just gonna fix them. Okay. So, is there anything else you're doing before you go to get to like the ferry?
So, does the blacksmith, or I guess if there's like a archery shop or something, do they have like good weapons?
Yeah, for sure. Let me just remember which one is. There's like multiple.
Yeah, I remember
blacksmiths.
Like, there's a couple. And there was that one alchemist shop that I went to as well.
Okay, so which one is the weapon one? Okay, the Cove Armory, which is run by Lindwin Suvasa, who I don't think there is official art for, but I might as well check. There is not. Okay. But she runs Cove Armory, which is the one that's kind of like the general blacksmith who does like weapons and armor. There is one other one that specializes in like just armor. And then there's the smithy who smithy's good for like arrows and stuff. Just pretty cheap on that. So you could swing by Peric Smithy. Peric Launson is a halfling. He'd be able to sell you some arrows, any other weapons. Miss Suvasa could sell you. And then the alchemical shop.
Yeah, I remember that I told the alchemist I was going to pay him a visit when I got back.
True, yeah.
I'll head to his shop after I visit the one that specializes in weapon.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, she would welcome you. There's like, can I... Kind of like, puts down the hammer in the forge. He's like, what can I do for you? You looking to arm yourself?
Yes, I am. I'm looking for a bit of an upgrade, and I'm gonna present the masterwork blade that I have.
Oh, that's mighty fine work.
Yes.
You want better than this? I don't know how much better I can make it, but I'm willing to try.
I'm just browsing too. I'm new to town, so.
Are you hoping that I can make you a similar one, or like enchant it for you? Because I'm not very magical, sir. I don't know if I can do that.
Oh, that's okay. I was just seeing what wares you had that were of similar quality.
Oh, I got a variety of some like masterwork crafted weapons here, and some regular ones as well. What are you looking for?
Well, I'm needing something for a bit range. Maybe you have like perhaps some javelins or throwing implements that I can
Yeah,
use.
I got some javelins here.
Take a couple of those. I'll take like two, probably two javelins. Would probably
So
be
do you
all
want
in.
like I have some masterwork ones, or you just want some regular ones?
I'll take the master ones.
Masterwork ones are going to be about 150 a javelin. The regular ones are 1 gold piece.
Okay. In that case, I will do just the one masterwork javelin. I think that would be good.
1 masterwork. She's like, yeah. She kind of like goes to like a rack of various like longer pole arms and like throwing weapons and gets down like a nice javelin. You can see the head of it's like this very nice tempered steel. Looks like it's very well made.
This seems like an excellent weapon. Thank you.
Well, of course. I mean, thank you
Sure.
for your business. I appreciate it.
And I'm gonna head over to that now. Sure.
All right. You head over to the alchemist. He'll welcome you. He's like, "Oh, hey, you're back."
Yes. I just got done at Roderick's Cove last night. And
Nice. Yeah, I was hoping to see you again. I really appreciated when you brought me those samples the other day. It's not often I get to have a good a good examination of the scientific method out here. I think last time we brought like a couple like things of seawater to confirm they were water and shit.
yeah. Let's see. I think he had some potions that I was interested in, but I couldn't quite afford last time.
He's would have sold a variety of them, but he certainly has a few. Let me see what he's got today. Sorry, one sec. Where's my percentage? Too many dice. Too many dice. Okay. Okay. He would tell you, he's like, I got a couple, got some healing potions I could give you. I have, I got an oil of magic weapon. If that would, help you out a little bit. Make your weapon, magic for a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see, and then so he has basically a cure moderate, 3 cure lights, a oil of magic weapon, and then he's got 2 more random ones of 50 GP value. He's also got a potion of enlarge person, and a potion of jump.
I'm gonna purchase the magic weapon oil,
Okay, oil of magic weapon.
and then I would take 2 cure lights and a cure moderate.
Alright, 2 cure lights and cure moderate. Alright, so total 150. That's gonna be 450 total.
450 total. Okay, let's see. I'm bad at math.
You're good.
Minus 450. 87 gold left.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say probably some good purchases there.
Yeah. Okay. And then.
And default oil lasts 1 minute.
Okay, that's good.
And I think it just takes I'm pretty sure it just takes a bonus action to apply an oil. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Basically, just fucking smear the oil on the blade.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think I need anything else for him, and I'm gonna wish him well in his business, and I'm gonna head off.
All right. Pleasure doing business with you all. Feel free to swing by. I'll see what I have next time.
All right, sounds good. Take care.
Of course, you too.
And then I'm gonna make my way to the woods. I guess to the ferry.
All right, making your way to the ferry. you. Cool, okay. In that case... let's go to the next section here. Alright. So, about 5 miles upriver from Roderick's Cove, where the Chevalier River grows shallow for a short stretch, you see up ahead there are 2 rows of mismatched wooden pilings protruding from the water. Looks like this was originally intended to perhaps be the site of a bridge that would cross the river, but now you see there is what is essentially a large floating raft it tied to your side of the shore. And in front of you see an old woman, as a human, waving you over. Looks like she kind of just uses the ropes of this bridge to easily push her raft along and ferry people across. Howdy there! I'm Halen Rosker, this is my ferry.
Hello, yes, I'm seeking passage across.
I can do that, bring you across to the Churlwood. Just 4 copper a trip.
Sounds like a deal to me.
Oh, super cheap. Alright, come on the barge here and we'll get going. Kind of gets you set up. Starts kind of, just chatting away. And she's like, oh, ask what you're doing in town, what you're doing going to the Churlwood. Just, super chatty and inquisitive.
Yeah.
But you do not have to engage with her banter. Do you have any questions for her as she kind of pushes you across?
I'm gonna ask her if she, anyone else has come across lately.
She's like, I brought some dwarves across a while ago, but I haven't seen them in a while. I think they, I don't know. There's a lot of things out there, bandits ain't the worst of it. There's goblins, monsters. Something could have got them. You're going out there, be careful. I see you got a weapon, but, you can never be too careful out in the woods.
Hopefully I'm safe. Thank you for your concern.
Oh, no problem. If you see any, there's some rough things out there. I know a couple of years ago, even a wyvern used to live in the woods, so.
Really?
Well, yeah, just keep an eye out. If no shame in hiding. That's what I always say. I don't mind hiding on my side of the river, and no shame in hiding out there.
I will do that. Yes.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you're going across. All right, 23. You see up ahead as you're approaching. I'm gonna bring you over here. As you're approaching the edge of the river, you see there are several figures waiting for you on the bank.
Oh yeah.
I will show you their art in 1 second. Let me pull this up. You see a couple guys in shoddy leather armor, with very short swords drawn, kind of just grinning, looking over at you. And you hear the fairy woman. She's like, it's lullaby. And you see this jauntily dressed lady flicking a gold coin up and down as she waits for you guys to pull up.
Okay.
Ahoy there! Looking to come into the Churlwood, are you?
That was the plan.
Well, far be it from me to encroach on your plans here. As he kind of starts strolling toward the edge of the river, Helen's just like, look, It's the road keepers. Just give them what they ask for, and they'll let you on your way. The one flipping the coin there, that's Lullaby Van Cascade. She's a piece of work. Don't give her a reason to get angry with you. As she approaches, she's like, look, I don't need much for me to send you on your way. Just little donation. We'll call it charity. What do you say to 10 gold pieces from you?
And gold pieces seems like a steep amount.
Oh, you would know, yeah. It's literally highway robbery. 10 pieces is insane for passage across a river. Give me a... Actually, no, because she would know this. She says 10 gold pieces, and you shout that out. Hallen, you hear the woman next to you. She has like a sharp intake of breath, and she's like, why is she doing that? That's 20 times what the road keepers typically charge. She kind of whispers that to you, but she's like, she looks shocked that, an increase of 20 times the normal price for people to step across. Up to you what you do with that information, though. She definitely points it out. Well, 10 pieces, not too much to ask. You look like a healthy young, what are you, an adventurer out here looking for mischief to get into? Come on, you got the coin, surely.
Not a matter of the coin, it's a matter of you're doing this. This is illegal. You have no honor.
You hear one of the guys like, it's illegal, he says. She kind of rolls her eyes. She's like, well, do you see the town guard here to back you up? I sure don't.
I'll give you this chance to walk away.
Give me an intimidate check.
Can I choose my feet first?
If that's the feat you're gonna choose, you can use that, yeah.
Intimidating prowess?
Do you want to take intimidating? I mean, that's probably a good feat for you. You're fucking strong as shit.
Yeah, I'm kind of all strength, so.
Yeah, man. You want to take that as your feat?
Yeah, I do want to take that as my feet.
Hell yeah, dude. Kind of like pull the sword out, purposefully flexing a little bit on her as you do it. So it flat adds your strength bonus, right, to the roll?
Yeah, so it's strength in addition to charisma, so kind of balances out.
Nice. I mean, hey, it never hurts to have a better fucking social skill.
Yeah, if I'm not gonna do it with the, diplomacy, then intimidate will be it.
Fair.
Try to get all these knowledge skills real quick. At least 1 point in them. Knowledge, geography. Okay. And then I'm gonna intimidate.
She looks at you.
The while I intimidate, I want my tattoos kind of like glow a little bit. Like,
ooh, yeah. The purple kind of like leaps up on your skin and starts to glow as you hold the sword kind of tipped down towards the barge. On a 19, you see that the two guys kind of like growl and step forward, and Lullaby kind of looks you up and he's like, all right. That's the way you want to play it? Welcome to the woods. They're like, Lullaby, what are you? He's like, look at the next rubes. Ain't gonna matter. You see, she looks a little bit nervous, but Hallen kind of like rows you guys in to the edge. And you see Lullaby. The two guys are kind of like move a little bit closer. Lullaby's like, I said back off. You see like her eyes briefly glow a little bit. And like, all right. Keep it calm, Lullaby. It's fine. She turns back to you, going from like serious, like a very overbearing smile, and kind of takes that hat off, like flourishes it in this really deep bow. And she's like, after you, feel free to come ashore. Can I ask what your name is to be coming out here all cocky in the woods?
I am Iridil.
Well, Iridil, hopefully we'll see you around, huh?
I think we'll meet again.
All right. She bows aside and steps around. Give me a perception check as you go by her into the woods. As the two guys, oof, that'll do. Okay, the two guys kind of like go over to her now and start like a hurried, whispered conversation. Let me. Stupid barge is in my way. I can't select you. Get out of here, barge. There we go. The two guys go over to her, and you hear them muttering. One of them's like, I thought we needed the gold to get the guys, going against Mother Night Thrush. And she's like, shut up. You never know when she's listening. One of her little spies could be anywhere. It's like, all right, look, we just gotta, we'll get the next guy, all right? We keep charging this much. It's not gonna take us long. Yeah, so you hear them whispering about something like, get the others to go against Mother Night Thrush. So it seems, whatever they're doing, even for the road keepers, might not be on the up and up. All right. So, with that in mind, the next basically landmark to head to was that giant tree that was marked on the map. So I'm going to bring us over to the next spot. Over here. All right. Making your way through the footpaths and trails of the Churlwood, you find yourself kind of following this network of dirt tracks that aren't quite roads, but thanks to the map that you copied down, you are able to follow it south from the ferry and into this large clearing with a single enormous dead oak tree. The borders of the clearing are unusual in that they are well tended, clear of brush, and even strewn with gravel to form a circular road of sorts, which is the first of any infrastructure of a road you've seen in here. At the center, a single dead oak looms. Something silver sparkles from one of the lower branches, what appears to be an amulet hanging there. However, you look below the tree near the roots, and you see 3 mutilated bodies. From their clothes, you're pretty sure these are 3 members of Roderick's Cove's town watch. What do you do?
Guess sense motive?
On the bodies, yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna give me a sense motive on the clearing. It occurs to you as you look around. You look at. I think it's less that you're not sensing the motives of a corpse, but it's more that you're looking at the way they're laid out. It's a little provocative. Like they are clearly have been made visible, and it seems unlikely that they all would have been mauled this badly and then died in the same spot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're brought here.
Yeah, it looks like maybe not sure how far away they've been brought, but they were certainly placed.
Yeah. Can I do a heal check to kind of determine maybe what caused it?
Yeah, I'd say give me a heal check. Give me 1 second. It definitely looks like, as you're looking at their wounds, it's a lot of bites and claw marks, but from humanoid-sized wounds. Go ahead and give me a religion check. And we'll see if that reveals anything additional. A 10 is not quite enough. But you do worry just like the gruesome nature of the injuries. I mean, there's a lot of undead that are humanoid sized that might have done this. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay. You look at the tree area in like the center of this graveled circle. The earth is a little irregular in this area. It almost looks like, have you ever seen like a groundhog digging below ground? Like there's a bit of earth that's been pushed up in various pathways. Really hard to see because it's very subtle, but it is there. Also on a 33, you do see that silver amulet, it might have more uses, but at the very least, the silver amulet is in the shape of Desna's holy symbol, the butterfly with the stars and moon on its wings. What do you do?
Desna, so it's probably kind of important. I'm going to attempt to just like cautiously make my way towards the amulet against my better judgment.
So you make your way towards the tree. I feel free to move yourself towards the tree. Go ahead and give me one more perception check. You are able to see this. You make it to probably a little bit into the grass, I would say. You see the ground part off to your right. As a figure kind of claws its way out of the dirt. This is what you're looking at. As it bursts out, it does not surprise you. Go ahead and roll initiative. And we might be able to finish this fight. We'll see. We got 9 minutes. You see it kind of like tilts its head looking at you. Okay, 19. 11. You are going first. As you begin your turn, now that it is above ground, you see that its mouth is moving, and it's just very quietly muttering, just like, go ahead and give me a will save as you hear it, like, just quietly talking. Okay, you are shaken for 1 minute.
Okay.
As just this, like, it's not even looking at you. It's like eyes unfocused, just constantly muttering. It's deeply disturbing.
Alright, I'm gonna Attempt to throw this javelin that I have.
Okay. Pull you.
Uh,
Draw the javelin off your back.
yeah,
Go ahead
be
and
arranged.
huck that bad boy. Oh, baby. See if that confirms.
Let's roll it again then.
Yes, sir. Okay, not gonna confirm, even with your increased BAB this level, I assume.
Yeah.
But that does still hit with the javelin. I think javelin is a D6, if I recall.
Yeah, it's 1d6 medium. Plus strength, right?
Plus strength, yes, because this is like a thrown weapon. So, what's the total with your strength?
So it's 9 damage.
9. Okay. It does impact this guy. It seems like it is being reduced a little bit. As the javelin kind of like, stabs through his arm and out the other side. He just kind of looks down at it. Are you moving anywhere?
Yeah, I'm gonna move back, I guess, the way that I came, so I know that's sort of safe.
All right. Let's see. It looks at you in kind of anger as you cross the road, and it is going to sink under the ground again. But you do immediately notice it does not just walk across the road to get to you. Back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna just pull out my curve blade
Okay.
and ready myself for it to pop out.
All right. You ready in action for it to pop out? And that is indeed what it is gonna do as it bursts out of the earth to your right, left on the screen, but your person's right.
Yeah.
Keeps muttering. Go ahead, take your swing. You kind of like impact it, but it just gets caught up in its like weird, rotten flesh and doesn't really do anything. In response, it is, it's still its turn. It's going to attack here. It did have to move, so it can't do all its attacks. It is going to kind of unhinge its jaw a little bit. You see the original tendons of whatever this person was stretching, and it's going to go for a bite. That is going to be 22.
No, that fucking hits.
Yeah, he rolled really fucking high, to be honest. Okay, you are gonna take 4 damage, and as soon as the teeth bite you, your body is just fucking racked with pain, far more than it should be. Go ahead and give me a fortitude save.
How much damage?
It was, sorry, just fucking, let me scroll back up to its bonus. It was 4 damage.
4 damage? Okay, so I'll take 1.
Okay, so in addition to being shaken from the muttering, you are also staggered. So you can only take a move action or a standard action. And you're staggered for currently 1 round.
Okay.
Specifically, you seem like it bites you in the arm, but the pain is like racking your legs.
Okay.
Okay, so that was its turn. Back to you. And I think we'll have time for it to do one more turn, and then I think we'll have to pick up the fight next week.
Okay. I'm gonna...
Well, not next week, because I'll be at a wedding, but the week after that.
Yeah. I'm gonna invoke my tattoos, and some level 3, they go to +4.
Hell yeah.
It's like a rage, I guess. And...
That'll do it. 18 will do it this time. That is slashing damage, right? That seems to cut right through whatever resistance its body has. And it is now bloodied. Alright, since you're staggered, that was your whole turn. It is going to full attack you now. And this will be the last turn before we wrap up.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a bite and 2 claws. Okay. The bite is 19. Does that hit?
Nope.
Okay. Claw is 20, and then the last claw is 10.
None of them hit.
Alright. These claws, like, bounce off of your defenses now. The teeth don't sink in. And we will pick it back up next time. Well, actually, honestly, it's your turn. So we'll do one more attack. Since that is not its resistance, you are able to cut through, spin the blade up mid-swing, and cut through its head from the bottom. As it goes down. I'll tell you now that basically that it's a thing called a trail gaunt. They're like people that died on roads, and they, for whatever reason, can't walk across real roads, which is why I'd have to like dig around it.
Okay.
It's like these very specific. Usually, it's like an undead from like, they're like, you know, plagues travelers, and they're usually like the remains of seasoned travelers who became lost and like died of starvation or exposure. But you do get the XP for that, so we'll do that, and then we'll wrap up. That is 800 XP. And like I said, not going to be here next week because of the wedding, but I will see you the week after.
Sounds good.
I'm hyped to get more into this. I forgot how like dope this campaign is.
Yes.
All right, man. Well, I gotta run and get my kid, but I'll talk